In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I use my IRA to generate over $15,000 a month. Remember, that was my goal. Did I achieve it? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we did it. Stick around. I know you're going to like this one. Hey, welcome back, everyone. It is time for another red-hot cover call video. Well, hey, look, I'm back behind the mic. Been in Las Vegas for the past week, and I'll tell you what, living the good life. But while I was there, I was able to make a couple trades, allowing me to achieve my goal of over $15,000 a month in my IRA. Now look, I'm going to set this up for you. If this is the first time you've ever been to my channel, we talk about cash flow, generating monthly cash flow using our taxable accounts and our non-taxable accounts. And right now for 2023, now that I have retired, I am using my non-taxable IRA selling premium to generate over $15,000 a month. So what I want you to do, if any of that interests you, I want you to subscribe to the channel. It's right there and it's free, and I come back every single week to show you how I generate cash flow in retirement. Hey, look, whether you have to pay the bills or want to live the good life, you need monthly cash flow. And that's what I do. I'm in retirement. I need to pay the bills. So what we do, the selling premium investment strategy to generate upfront cash flow so I could try to live the good life. And hey, look, if you like this video today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. And what we're doing is this. We're talking about my membership before we get to the numbers. My members are getting all of my trades, but not only that, they get updates as to what I'm trading all the time. They get my trades in and out. They know exactly where I'm at with every position. And look at all those positions. See, look, we come to YouTube once a week and I talk to you about a trade, whether I win, lose, or draw. But my members are constantly getting updated with all of my trades. And I send out all of those daily emails. And how about those Money Monday videos? Yeah, I'll be doing one of those later today. My members keep getting content that is relevant to selling premium, putting cash flow on the table. We don't talk about anything else. It's about how I put money on the table. And I'll tell you what, if you want to be a part of that, I give you one free month. Man, I've been doing this membership for over 3.5 years. I've had thousands of members come and go, and I'll tell you what, it's awesome to hear all of the great stories of how my membership and taking a peek over my shoulder, showing you the world through my eyes, has helped them in their journey to gain financial freedom. So if any of this interests you and you want to be a part of the premium membership where you get access to me and you get to see all of this stuff, you not only have access to me and all of my content, you also have access to the upgraded CTP Dashboard, where you have access to a dashboard that has 100 of the best trading stocks now, where you can use this research tool to possibly find and research your next great covered call candidate. I'll tell you what, people are paying $50 a month for websites that'll show you covered call trades that absolutely have no ability for you to research your next covered call candidate. And they're going to charge you $50 for a groomed PDF list. I'm going to tell you right now, the upgraded CTP Dashboard allows you to save all of your research. And I'll tell you what, you can actually search and do your own research to the point where when you finally decide to use a certain stock to write a covered call, I'll tell you what, you can feel comfortable. You feel comfortable that you did your research. It's all right here, and it's loaded with links to all the various websites that take you to that stock's data, whether it's charts, support lines, options. Hey, my membership is more than these fake financial gurus where they try to send you 3 free trades that they're doing. No, you take a peek over my shoulder. You use the same tools I do to find those great stocks. And I always send out the Seeing the World Through John's trade idea emails, where I'll talk about a stock and I'll tell you what position I would take. And I'll tell you what, generally I take that position. Now, whether you do it or not doesn't matter. Wouldn't you love to have that kind of content? A guy that is generating cash flow using the selling premium strategy, the strategy you want to learn, and you're a little indecisive, You really don't know what stocks to pick or how to trade it? Yeah, what if you got that content delivered to you daily and weekly and monthly just to see how I do it? A successful active trader, knocking it down, putting real money on the table. Look, I'm going to encourage you to go to my website, cptdashboard.com, click upgraded dashboard, get your 1 free month. And I didn't even show you the phone app. Every member gets a phone app where they don't have to sit at their computer and wait for an email. They can be anywhere in the world. Open up that phone app. There it is. It's all pretty much damn near real time. Get your phone app. Get your 1 free month. Join me now. I would love to welcome you aboard. All right, so let's just get to the numbers here. I know you've been waiting for it. Here's the deal. We're using my IRA to generate cash flow, monthly 30-day to 40-day cash flow. And what we're doing is we're selling premium within my IRA account. Now, you have to set that up, right? So I have the ability to write covered calls on my shares and sell cash secure puts with my cash. And right now, what I've decided to do is take cash secure put positions first. What that means is this. I'm telling the greater stock market, I'll buy your shares at a price I pick for a time frame I pick, and you're going to pay me a per share premium. That per share premium is that cash flow we're talking about. When I talk about $15,000, well, it's in the premiums I collect. If I collect a little stock appreciation plus dividends plus covered call premiums when I own the shares, well, that's going to be gravy. But for right now, the very first month, we're using the cash secure put up front. Now, I could be assigned these shares, or I cannot be assigned the shares. The cash becomes free. We do it again. So let's talk about these positions. I'm going to go to the charts as well. I'm going to show you where they're at now. Okay. So right off the bat, you could see, and we've talked about this. We use UDOW, UPRO, TQs, and then we used PayPal. Okay. I also have a TNA trade for which we used 10 contracts. I bought the shares and then I sold 10 covered calls on those shares. Okay. So with that said, let's talk about UDOW. And if I'm moving too quickly for you, understand what we're doing. Okay. If you're a newbie here, that's fine. What I've done is I've set aside the cash to buy somebody's shares. I've given them a time frame. They paid me a per share premium to hold that cash for that time frame. When we approach that time frame, they call that expiration. Now, if the stock is trading below the price I set, I'm going to be assigned the shares at that price I set. If it trades above the price I set, I will not be assigned the shares. I'll keep the premium. My cash goes back into my account and I can use it again. That's the basics of a cash secure put. Now, this is what we've done. I decided to use UDOW at the very beginning, and we talked about that. UDOW was trading at about $60. You can see it right here, $60.31. I decided to sell a cash secure put out of the money. What does that mean? That means UDOW is out of the money, meaning it's currently trading at 60.31. Nobody's going to give me their shares when it's trading at 60.31, and I set the price of 56, right? So they want insurance, and what they want is this, $56 a share. Now look, I don't know why they want $56 a share, but they need insurance. So they're willing to pay me $2.15 for that right to ability to stick me with their shares at 56. I'm essentially an insurance company. Well, it's for about 35 to 40 days. I got paid $2.15 for that. I decided to do 20 contracts, and that pocketed me in upfront premium, $4,300. Now, they'll never be able to take away the $4,300 because that's what they paid for me to set that lump of cash on the sideline. So now let's look at the UDOW chart. Remember, I did this February 2nd. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. We have a March 17th expiration. So on March 17th, if I do not take any action whatsoever, I walk away and let this thing play out. If it's trading above 56, I keep my money, no shares. If it's trading under 56, I get the shares at 56, and I have to now use those shares to write covered calls. Let's take a look at the UDOW chart and see where it's at. Now this is UDOW. Notice it's trading about 59.48. And this is what I talked about when I did the video. When I did the trade back here, it was actually trading down on the day. Okay, it was down on the day, and I thought that this is a great opportunity to get involved. And what I did is I picked that 56 strike because I thought it had not traded back at that 56 level in a long time. So we're going to use that 56 as support. And basically, it's sitting at February 20th now. So for about 18 days, it's doing exactly what I thought it would do. It would trade up in this range and maybe not test that 56 strike. So I'm okay with UDOW right now. And to be honest with you, if I'm given the shares, right, if I'm assigned the shares, well, again, it hasn't traded at 56 in a long time. That could be a great support line. I'll have the shares at 56. We can then write a covered call as this thing moves higher. Hopefully, I can make money on the upside, double dipping where I started the trade with a cash secure put, collected 4,300. Maybe I write a covered call where I collect 4,300. You can see in a 2-month window, possibly knocking down $9,000. Now, this video is going to get very long if I don't move this quick. We're going to talk about the cash secure puts that I did, but we're going to get to that TNA covered call here rather quickly because that's the one I want to talk to you about. Notice we have UPRO. I did the same thing with UPRO, little different. I did do the cash secure put, but what I wanted to do was own UPRO and write a covered call. And I almost bought the shares at $39.59. And at the last second, I decided I'm going to go ahead and sell a cash secure put basically at the money. I would have bought the shares anyway, so let's just get paid up front, right? So that's what I did. Notice UPRO trading at $39.59. I went ahead and wrote the $39.50 out of the money strike or near the money strike. They paid me $2.25. We did 10 contracts, and I wanted to do 20. I was going to leg into this. Not sure where the market's going. I do 10 up front, and you see, 4 days later, I do another UPRO trade. Same idea. 38.25, I sell the 38. I get $2.50 for that, March 17th. So notice here, March 10th is the first expiration. Then the next 10 contracts I push out to March 17th. Notice when I place the trades, February 6th, February 10th. So we're kind of legging into these trades. So they constantly bring me cash flow all throughout the month, right? The UDOW trade is going to bring me upfront cash flow. The UPRO is lagged about a week. And the second UPRO trade is lagged another week. See how I'm doing this? Hopefully the markets stay relatively trading sideways to higher. You can see UPRO is at 38.54. You can see that it's trading sideways just like I thought it would. Now comes the TQs trade. Now notice it's 10 contracts. Here's the deal with this trade. It's weekly. This is a part of my 10-week challenge. Can I generate $1,000 a week using the TQs? Now, this is why you want to be a member, because you're not going to see all these trades. You're not going to see the cash secure puts and the covered calls. We're going to do this for the members. Okay, so what I want you to do is if you're interested in a membership, man, you need to join it, because with the $1,000 weekly challenge, we're going to be using TQs proactively. I can't sit on my hands for 30 days. I have to be active in this. So this is going to be an exercise in buying back my options. And whether we make money or not, we have to keep staying the course. I have to generate $1,000 a week or $10,000 in a 10-week challenge. Now, you know I've done this before. I've made $19,000 on a 10-week, $1,000 weekly challenge, and I have no doubt we'll do it here too. So if you're interested, join the membership, 1 free month. Now let's talk about this PayPal trade, because this is the one that I absolutely love and I threw big dollars at. Now, as you know, none of this is financial advice, man. If you're getting your financial advice from somebody on YouTube, well, you need to not get your advice through YouTube, okay? What I love to do is show you the world through my eyes, a peek over my shoulder. This is what I'm doing. This is how I tell my story. And if any of this ups your game, that's fabulous. But it's not financial advice, man. So many people are getting broken out there. Listen to all these fake financial gurus telling them, buy this stock and never sell it. And they're down 50 to 60%. Okay, and you'll never hear that YouTuber talk about that stock again. Absolute egg in their face. But hey, look, they got to make content for YouTube because that's how they get paid. What we do here, I show you my trades, we talk about them, so maybe you learn something. It's real money. This is real money, man. This is how I pay for my retirement. Okay, so what I want you to do, make sure you're doing your work, putting in the time to learn this skill, because this is a skill. Selling premium is a skill. But it's not rocket science. And PayPal is a great example of that. Okay, it does not take a brainiac to figure this one out. PayPal has been on a downward slide. And I'll tell you what, man, I got burnt. I got burned. I was trying to play PayPal up here at 180, totally missed that, fell all the way down into the 60s. Well, all of the fluff came out of the market, and all the stocks have rebooted. Well, PayPal, one of them. PayPal's now trading around 74, 75. But here's the deal. It hasn't traded in the 60s much. You see, where even at its bottom, it hit it, and then it rallied back up to about here. Okay, so I believe this is potentially PayPal's sandbox. Right now, Wall Street's kind of digging it in this sandbox. And you can see it's touching support here. I think this is where it plays. So this is where I'm going to enter a cash secure put. I figure this, when the market sells off great companies like PayPal, they come back to them. You could see, even though they sell them off, they run them up, sell them off, run them up, sell them off. Yes, lower lows, but notice how we're trading sideways here, little bit. So I'm looking forward to this as being a possible support line right here, 74. But if it goes lower, here's the cash secure put I picked on PayPal. You can see it right there, $68. This thing at the bottom of the bottom only hit $67.50. So I'm thinking, look, even at the crash of last year where the markets fell and fell and fell, it only fell as far as $67.50. So even if it tests this bottom, and mind you, PayPal just had some great earnings, 68 is a great place to own PayPal if you're asking me. So that's what I did. I put in a 68 strike, cash secure put. I put up the money, right? I put up the money telling everybody in the stock market, I'll buy your shares at 68. I'm going to give you till March 31st. That's a long time. March 31st, about 45 days. They're going to pay me $1.50 per share. Now, I went ahead and made a big investment here. Notice 25 contracts. And it pocketed me upfront cash, $37.50. Now, again, it's the March 31st expiration date. We pushed that out a little bit. I pushed it out to the March 31st only because I'm thinking this is my income up until March 31st. You can see all these trades. They're March 17th, March 10th, March 31st. Okay, so I've pretty much figured this is my income from now, February 20th to March 31st. So we're around that window of every 30 days. I know it's not clean March 1st to March 31st, but it is what it is. So these are the trades I've set up for my income. Now let's talk about the TNA trade, because this is where in my IRA, I bought TNA and I wrote a covered call. So I have 1,500 shares of TNA, 500 in my taxable account. And you can see right here, I did 2 covered calls on them. But in my IRA, on February 17th, I went ahead and bought 1,000 shares. And I went ahead and tried to write a covered call. I couldn't do that on the day that I bought them because it was processing the order. So essentially, I bought the shares thinking I can go ahead and write a covered call. It didn't happen. I had to wait 1 day. Well, when I waited 1 day, TNA is actually trading lower. But that's okay. I'm going to get off a covered call. And that's what I did. When TNA was trading at about $42.50, okay, this is my strike price here. I want to talk about this. $42.50 is my strike price, but when I bought the shares, it was trading at $42.50. Well, 1 day later, TNA falls to $41.50. We're already down $1 on this trade. Okay, we're down $1,000 bill right now. Okay, but I'm going to get off this trade. So here's what I do. I decide to write this essentially 45-day trade, and what I'm going to look to do is just get my money back on the share price. Right? Just the share price, man. So I picked the 42 strike. That's where I bought the shares. But look at the premium they gave me. Okay, TNA is highly volatile. And in fact, these are all 3x leveraged ETF. And they're not for the faint of heart. Okay, if you don't have an ironclad stomach, you do not need to be messing with these stocks. But hey, look, I've been doing this for over 6 years. I know how they trade. And we're going to stick with them here. So TNA is trading in such a range, I decided to buy the shares instead of doing a cash secure put. And now you know the setup. Okay, the stock has fallen $1. I still written the covered call with the 42 strike. I make nothing on the shares, pick $3.05 for the premium. That's a decent cash on cash gain. March 31st expiration. Let's go ahead and look at the chart and why I decided to pick this strike price. So as you can see, TNA has absolutely moved up with the rest of the market. Okay, so it's no different than anything else. This is the Russell 2000 small cap bull, leverage 3x. So this thing moves 3 times the Russell 2000 small cap. So you could see that it is moving higher because the Fed is doing things now that is shoring up this economy or inflation or whatever you want to call it. The Fed is in it to win it. Wall Street likes it. So they have moved these kind of stocks and indexes higher. Well, this is what I noticed. I noticed that 40 mark represents a very, very decent and long potential support line. Now, granted, it broke through it here and it stayed above it for more than 3 days. And when it had its chance to dip below, what did it do? It bounced right off of where resistance was. And now it popped, moving higher, popped, moving sideways. I believe, right, if I had to lay a bet right now, that 40 mark could be support. Now, before, it was resistance. And you could see it tried, and finally broke. And now when it fell, its very first chance to test that support line, it did, and it moved higher. So here's my take. I'm going to go ahead and buy shares. And that's what I did. Right around 42.50, I actually bought the shares, thought it was going to pop. Well, it didn't. It fell, but I was still able to use that 42.50, picking up $3.05 in premium. Now, my take is this. Even if this thing falls to 40, maybe even 39, I'm going to be able to play it in this tight little window. So for me, collecting $3,000 up front in cover call premiums, that's going to be a win for me because cash on cash, that's damn near 10% in 45 days. If my shares are not taken away, trades in this range, it's very manageable, right? It's very manageable to trade this now because I can still write out of the money covered calls, still collecting, and it's on 1,000 shares. So even if I got, let's say, 50 cents for a deep out of the money strike because I was afraid to have my shares taken away on any sort of stock pop, that's $500 in the account, right? So the idea here is we're going to try to pick great entry points. And with these trades, I believe I've made some decent entry points or entry points I can really manage. And that's the goal here. We want to be able to manage these trades. Now, will I take any of them off the board? I've been asked that question. John, you're already profitable, some $6,000 on the first 4 trades. Why wouldn't you take it off the board? Well, my goal is $15,000 a month. So I'm really going to try to work on that. Stay in the game to the very end. Right now, if all these trades finished absolutely 100% perfect, $17,500 for my first month. First month, exceeding my goal of $15,000. Now, hey, look, yeah, I'm using 3X leveraged ETFs, but you don't have to have a goal of $15,000 a month. Maybe your goal is $3,000 a month. I can achieve $3,000 a month selling premium in this account like it's nothing. We could pick Bristol Myers, Merck. We could pick all the great companies like Apple, Microsoft, right? Do your due diligence. Make sure you want to own the stock. And I'll tell you what, you can do this. This is not rocket science. Now, I've set my goals so high because I have put 5 to 6 years in, right? I've been doing this for 5 and 6 years. So for me, whether I'm spinning one stock, one contract, 13 to 14 stocks like I have last year, or one big play, does not matter. It's all the same. Now, I'm confident. You might not be. I'm confident. Whether I'm slinging 2 contracts or 20 contracts does not matter. Now, look, I'm doing a $1,000 monthly challenge where I'm going to use $10,000 and try to generate $1,000 a month. Think about that. Well, I did it with my kids' accounts. And to be honest with you, I should have kept doing it with my kid accounts. But with everything happening last year, kind of slipped on me. And in fact, I'm going to get back in that game this year because I am retired. I have more time. We're going to make $1,000 a month using about $10,000. Now, look, at the end of the day, you have to get your education. You absolutely would love to take a peek over a successful active trader, seeing the world through my eyes. I got 1 free month for you. Tell you what, if you sign up today, 1 free month is dropped into your account and you get the phone app. And hey, look, go over to Facebook, man. Search therealcptdashboard.com. I've been posting up a lot there. And that's where I want you to go and follow it. It's for free, okay? So I send out a lot of things that is relative to my life in trading. We talk about dividend collection, using closed-end funds, covered call writing, all that. It's all in an effort to generate monthly cash flow, right? That's what we talk about here. And if that interests you, you want to be a part of what I'm doing. Hey, look, I'm going to leave it there. Go get your 1 free month, your phone app, access to the upgraded CTP Dashboard, because I would love to welcome you aboard. Next week's video, We're going to talk about that $1,000 monthly challenge using $10,000 to generate $1,000. I'll tell you what, you want to be a part of it. Subscribe to the channel. And hey, look, if you liked anything you hear today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. Be safe, be healthy, most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.